Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Jency, and today my topic is patriarchy, performance, and the politics of desire in the Rover. Here's the academic information about me. Here's the table of contents. So, the research question: how patriarchy, performance, and the politics of desire reflect in the Aphra Behn's The Rover. And here's the hypothesis. Aphra Behn's The Rover uses the breakdown of patriarchal power to argue that the regime of the brother, which replaces it, is not a liberation but a new unstable form of governance. This new order, characterized by competitive male desire and performance, ultimately fails both women and the state, offering no true justice or security. And here's the introduction. Aphra Behn's The Rover is not just a restoration comedy, but a sharp critique of power structure set during the interregnum. The play explores a world where the traditional patriarchal father king is absent. This vacuum creates a patriarchal society where brothers and libertines compete for dominance and women navigate new, often dangerous forms of agency. The play uses its historical setting to comment on the political and sexual crisis of Penn's own time, particularly the reign of Charles II. The regime of the brother, a new power structure with the father king absent, power shifts to a same generation group of men. This is what there is the Juliet Flower McKenna calls the regime of the brother in the system. Fraternity, brotherhood replaces paternity, fatherhood, but it does not create equality. Instead, it leads to constant competition among men for control over women and resources. The patriarchy ruled by the father is absent in the play, and patriarchy ruled by the brothers is the active power dynamic, and the result, a society based on competition, not care, where male bonds are often prioritized over female well-being. So the three siblings and the competing desires. The play's central conflict is driven by the three siblings, Pedro, Florinda, and Helena, who each embody a different type of desire and rebellion against the father's will. And here's the table where we can see that Don Pedro's desire is to control, desire not to desire, which opposes by the father plotting to marry Florinda to his friend Antonio to serve his own interests. And Florinda's desire is that courtly and romantic mutual love, which opposes by the father refusing the wealthy suitor chosen for her to pursue well. Helena and her desire is to libertine, witty, and equal partnership, refusing the nunnery to actively pursue Wilmore. Wilmore, the libertine as patriarchal sovereign. So the Rover Wilmore is embodiment of the new patriarchal order, and which often linked to the historical era of Rochester and the womanizing King Charles II, which he represents a charismatic but irresponsible power. His wit and sexual appeal are magnetic but come with constancy and a threat of violence. For example, the near rape of the Florinda and a sign, not a father. He is a double masculine sign of the absent king, both heroic and mock heroic, but never a true protective patriarch. Wilmore becomes therefore the double masculine sign of the banished cavalier, both past and present, both heroic, mock heroic, but always designating the absence of the father. Performance, disguise, and the blurring identities, where we can see the carnival setting of the play is a world of performance where identity is fluid and social roles are destabilized. This is the crucial for exploring the politics desire. Masquerade is the character where character use masks and disguise to pursue their desires, and blurring virgin whore. The distinction between the virgin Helena Florinda and the whore is Angelica Lucita is intentionally blurred. For example, Helena, dressed as a gypsy, actively courts Wilmore, while Florida is an undress is mistaken for a prostitute. Angelica Bianca, the prostituted body, Angelica Bianca is one of the play's most complex figure, where she serves as a powerful metaphor for the body politic under a patriarchal rule, where female subjectivity, which she initially asserts her independence and betrayal by the sovereigns. We can see Wilmore standing in for Charles II and seduces and abandons her, breaking a contract of trust. And the next point is a political warning, where her tragic represent the nation's disaffection with her monarch, who treats with political obligations as frivolously as his love affairs. The importance of the new order, a surprising but critical theme in the play is importance. Wilmore's importance. Angelica tells him that I scorn to cool that fire I cannot raise. His libertine desire is so self-centered it cannot sustain a mutual trusting relationship. And the next point is the king's importance, where we can say there is echoes contemporary critics of the Charles II, like Rochester's Skeptical Lampoon, which portrayed him as politically weak and ineffectual despite his sexual appetite. Wilmore's importance is like the kings in Rochester's poem is not, of course, literal. On the contrary, it is a trope for the mutual incompatibility of heroic and courtly desire for a loss of trust between the merry monarch and the body politic. Here's the conclusion, where we can see the Rover ends with marriages, but it is not simple happy ending. Ben leaves us with a pressing question, like the regime of the brother is unstable, offering no true replacement for patriarchy authority. Women's agency is possible, but remains perilous in a world dominated by competitive male desire. The play is dominatory. Ben realized once that without responsible patriarchal care from its leaders, the nation, the body politic, remains vulnerable and discontented. Ben Rivers offers an early modern representation of Juliet Flower McConnell's seventh-generation regime of the brother, which forms out of that frame of mind that takes the attitude of a freedom from tradition, the past, and the ancestor. The Ben uses the stage to perform radical critique of her time, showing that the politics of the bedroom are inextricably linked to the politics of the state. Here's the learning outcome, and here are the resources. Thank you. Any question?
So, Chancy, my question is, what role does performance play in the expressing desire in the Rover?
Performance allow characters, especially women, like they desire they should be like a manipulative, and their desire should be free. They should be freely say whatever they want, and it also expose gender hypocrisy.
So my question is, how does the Rover challenge patriarchal control over women's desire?
Aphra Behn challenges patriarchy by portraying women like Florida and Helena, who asserts sexual and emotional independence, and which defy they are defying male dominance and social restrictions. Thank you.